Hola, yo soy Trino Treviño y les doy la bienvenida al Club Tesoro. Bienvenidas y bienvenidos to a new episode of Club Tesoro. My name is Trino Treviño. I am your host in this podcast like every week. And today is going to be a bilingual episode. I hope that you enjoy this conversation that I had the opportunity to make here in Mexico City. This episode features the one and only Kryder, who is a very, very active DJ and producer lately. He's been having such an amazing time in Tomorrowland, in festivals around the world. He's been releasing a lot of music inside Axtone, which is the label of Axwell, Insights Records, which is the label of Steve Angelo, also in Protocol. And he has his own record label right now, which is Kryteria, that is in a partnership also with Spinning Records. It was such an amazing chat that you're gonna listen to, or you can see this video at my YouTube channel, which is trinodj, if you want to see the video version of this conversation. And also I had the opportunity to be with my amazing friend Cato Anaya. He is a very active DJ and producer from Colombia. And well, Cato and Kryder have an amazing friendship that they are working right now to also try to push more of the Latin sound to the world, which is amazing. I mean, this is a very good opportunity for all the young producers and DJs that want to be featured in such big labels like Kryteria and Spinning, for example. You can send them your music and they are gonna take the time to review your songs and tell you something about it, and probably they can sign you. But this is something that you are gonna see inside this podcast, or will listen to in the voice of Kryder and Cato. And also Allan Piziano, who is a DJ and promoter here in Mexico City, join us also and in this chat. And he is pushing, also trying to make more showcases like the one we had this week here in Mexico City, because they came here as part of a Latin American tour they started it here in Mexico. They went to Colombia, they're going to Peru, and I think they're going to make more other shows in another cities in Colombia. Welcome to Club Tesoro. Please make sure to join the conversation with the hashtag Club Tesoro in Twitter, Instagram, whatever you want. I'm going to be active there for you. I am Trino Treviño. Welcome to this new episode of Club Tesoro, next to Kryder, Cato Anaya, and Allan Piziano. Amigos, bienvenidos a un nuevo episodio de su podcast, el Club Tesoro. Mi nombre es Trino Treviño y el día de hoy, como pueden ver, tengo muchos invitados aquí. Bueno, son 3 invitados, no muchos. Somos un grupo de amigos que vamos a platicar el día de hoy justo sobre uno de los temas que más me apasiona, que es la música electrónica. Voy a empezar de acá para acá. Está Allan conmigo, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenido.
Todo bien, muchas gracias por la invitación, Trina, y aquí estamos.
Y bueno, ahora vamos a cambiar de idioma. Kryder, welcome to Mexico.
Hey, thank you.
No, sí, he has his own mic. I forgot that. Yeah.
Hi, thanks very much for having me.
No, it's a pleasure that you're here, and with my friend Cato. That's always a pleasure to have you here. Bienvenido, hermano.
Thank you, brother. You have been so supportive of my career for so many years. Really appreciate. Very happy to be here as well. And now with the boss, doing big things in Mexico.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this because we don't always have this type of showcases here in Mexico, which I think it's part of what, for example, Allan is here today, and a lot of other DJs that are going to be on Sunday for this show. I mean, this is going to be next week online, but yeah, people need to know that this Sunday we're having a special groove showcase here in Mexico City, which is the first time I think that this happens here in our city. So we're super excited to have you here as a label boss, a DJ, a producer that has a lot of success in that genre specifically. I mean, groove comes from house music, but it's a super good movement, right now.
Yeah, I'm extremely grateful to be here. So thank you very much, Allan, for inviting me and putting on the showcase, and definitely to my brother Cato Anaya as well for looking after me and pushing the movement as well, in Latin America. So yeah, I'm extremely excited to be here. So can't wait for Sunday. It's going to be a wild one.
And you've been working together for a few years now, no?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it has been a ride. We met out of like difficult circumstances, because it was all, I think I told you the story back then when we spoke, that it was basically a big delay of almost 10 hours. I was opening for one of his shows in Colombia. We met there. We had a lot of chemistry. Show him some music, show him my interest on developing the Latin American movement and the Latin American sound, and showing him also the potential that the Latin America has for the dance music. And since then, we have done some damage. We have done some.
We certainly have.
A good damage, no?
Yes, the best.
For the good. But I'm curious, like, why a guy from? Are you from Manchester, or which city? From the
no,
UK?
I lived in Manchester for a short period of my life, but I was born in London, in the UK, and yeah, it just basically got into sort of Latin music.
Yeah, that was gonna be my question. Like, why did you start to listen to Latin music? Because
just from traveling, really. Just from sort of like traveling, and coming over to South America as a DJ and touring around. I just sort of like heard the original versions of records, and then like my ear was like, wow, I would love to sort of sample that, or do something with that and fit it into what I do. And it kind of started like that, really. But the more I did that, the more I wanted to actually work on original stuff. And it's fantastic to team up with Cato, who actually writes, amazing Latin influenced music. And yeah, it's kind of a breath of fresh air, really, for me to be able to create original stuff with him instead of sampling.
But I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. It must have been difficult in the start to show your Latin influence house music in the UK, no? Or
yeah, I mean, it didn't really work in the UK. That's why I kind of moved away from the UK. Obviously I was born there, but from traveling, it kind of felt, what I was doing with my music. I loved sort of touring and playing South American clubs, and even in Spain and places like this, they're totally into it. So yeah, it's been fantastic. It really has been incredible.
And what have you learned in this relationship you have right now with Cato in terms of the evolution of the sound?
I think it's like I said, it's a breath of fresh air for me, because I was kind of stuck with sampling Latin sort of
whatever
folk songs. Like I was hunting down sort of Latin folk songs from the internet, and now we're writing together and producing some really sort of refreshing dance music. It's got that sort of sexy carnival, little bit of tribal in there, like with the drum influence. But the melodies are amazing. The lyrics are very meaningful. And yeah, I just think that the sound is extremely beautiful, and there's some unique instruments being used as well. So yeah, it's kind of refreshing to do that kind of influenced sound within what we do with dance music.
And I want to know if Cato, what has been like the strangest artist you showed to Kryder in terms of Latin music?
Well, I've been showing him a lot. I've been showing him legends from salsa, legends from very underground Colombian folklore, showing him as well instruments that have these unique and beautiful magic sounds all over Latin America. And this musical relationship has been really inspiring for me, because it has turned into a search of finding the fresher, the newest, the coolest sounds together, and building them from scratch, which is amazing. Which is, I think, one of the most beautiful things for us producers is to actually, I have nothing against sampling, but to create things from zero, only from one sound, with a musician right in front of you, that is delivering his art, man, it gives me the chills just to think about it. So it has been amazing, and we have found so many cool artists as well, and instruments as well, that for sure the music that is coming next year is gonna blow everybody's mind.
Wow, that sounds. I'm very looking forward to that. But I want to know, like, for example, you've played in Tomorrowland. Also, you brought Cato on stage, and right now I think that, for example, Tomorrowland is having like a very interesting moment because they've booked already, for example, J Balvin to perform there at Tomorrowland, which is 100% reggaeton music, no? So I think that right now the world is ready to receive more of the Latin sounds, no?
Oh, without doubt.
So have you seen that evolution in the audience, for example, in places like Tomorrowland?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like I've been touring the globe for many years, and you know, I started playing this kind of music in multiple different countries around the world, and sometimes, you know, a few years back it wasn't really relatable, they didn't really get it, but the more we kept on producing it, the more we kept on plugging away at it, the better the response was when I returned to those countries. So I can definitely see it growing, not just in the Latin markets, but throughout the world, you know, and that's really exciting.
And in the vice versa, for example, right now that you are here in Mexico, well, you're going to perform on Sunday, but you've already played like in other countries in South America, like Colombia. And how do you see the response of this type of music that is groove right now with the Latin crowd?
I mean, it's great. You know, like the every place that we play is that the response has been incredible. So I mean, it's still got a lot of passion. It's got a lot of drive. It's got a lot of energy. So it's like something that you just can dance to. You know, it's kind of an unstoppable sound, really, when it comes down to energy.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's you know, it's a very danceable sort of style of music. So yeah, I mean, it's been great, hasn't it? The response.
It has been amazing. People and the crowd, when they see and when they hear their rhythms played through these mixes with house, tech house, tribal house, it's because most of this music is not even out there, because I think one of the coolest thing about working with Chris is that he plays a lot of IDs in his shows, and I've learned to do that as well, like exclusive music that sometimes even never gets out but works on the show. So to see the response of people to bootlegs, to mashups, with to original records with Latin influences, people go crazy. People don't stop dancing. That's amazing.
Because as well, you do have a radio show right now that broadcasts like all around the world. Now people can find it online.
Yeah,
and they can connect each week. It's a weekly show, or
every Wednesday we go live on Facebook, and then it's syndicated around the world on a Thursday.
Okay.
So it's been going. I think I'm up to 200 and. Well, nearly 220 episodes now.
Wow. So we need a party.
Nearly 220 episodes. So it's every week. Yeah, it's a passion, really. It's a passion of mine to hunt new music, to get the freshest cuts out there from around the world, and to support up and coming talent from my own platform, you know. So it's like it's something that I've been passionate about for a while, is actually headhunting up and coming guys, you know, and keeping an eye on them and helping them out and helping them grow as well.
And I think it's important, no, to have a radio show like in an era like today that people say that they don't listen to radio anymore, but I mean, radio has evolved like right now in streaming services like, for example, Facebook or Spotify, Apple, etc. But what I'm going with this is that I think it's super important for a genre like groove right now to have an outlet like yours, so they can show their music, because I cannot recall right now and another radio show like yours right now. I mean, I don't know if it exists.
That's a good thing.
Of course, it's a good thing because
I think it's amazing. I think it's the only radio show out there that actually has that reach and also supports this kind of sound. And I think movements are built upon this type of push. You know, if we don't support each other and if we don't push it together, nothing's gonna happen. So having this amazing window to do it is absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, I think it's important to grow the culture. No, that's what I'm worrying right now, because I do believe a lot in the culture of music and in the DJ culture as well, that it has been evolving a lot in the past years. And for example, in this decade, that I think that right now we have like a lot of weapons through social media to broadcast our message to every corner in the world, not possible.
Yeah.
Well, probably not China because of the Facebook ban.
That's
but
true.
because they have
Yeah,
another
that's
platforms.
true. That's true. Yeah, they do. Yeah, WeChat, I think. WeChat.
Yeah.
You can
But I
get.
think China is also a massive. Like I've been looking at, for example, La Cumbiambera's stats in China, and they are amazing. So our music is going all over the world.
Yeah, I played in Shanghai literally 2 weeks ago, and the music was jumping over there, absolutely pumping.
And
you know,
that's also a good topic. Like, what do the Asian market receive? How does the Asian market receive this type of music?
I mean, I played an amazing club called Bar Rouge in Shanghai. It was on a rooftop overlooking the city. It was absolutely beautiful, and the crowd were just so responsive. I ended up playing for 3 hours. I was only booked to play an hour, and I ended up playing for 3 hours over there because it was such a great vibe. And every track the crowd were going crazy, great energy. So yeah, you know, like you couldn't pay me to get off the decks.
I mean, not a lot of people have that opportunity to show your music that much time in another country. Well, in another city like Shanghai, that it's amazing. But right now that you're also with the radio show, you're supporting a lot of fresh talent. No, for example, Alan that is here,
of course,
Elias that is over there as well. So I think that you right now are discovering a lot of new talents. So what's your plan? I mean, not only like in terms of signing them, but how can you create more a global community with this?
Well, I mean, it is about building a family and expanding the family, and I did that with Sasumi. You know, my
remember the label.
Global mission was to travel the world, and when I was DJing in those countries, was basically headhunt the best of the upcoming producers in those towns and cities, and I ended up doing 100 releases on that label, and I think we did 30-40 countries, you know, like it was absolutely insane. It was a massive achievement, and we helped grow other producers out of that family. So you know, I want to continue doing that, building what we achieved with Sasumi, but you know, kind of now, instead of giving it away to everyone, I want to find like the cream of the cream now, and then try and take their careers to the next step. You know, so, you know, I really believe in what Cato's doing. I really want to help him and push his sound. And yeah, you know, keep my eyes open, my ears open, of course. And just continue looking for up and coming producers with a spark that I can help, you know, push through my platforms. So, you know, that's kind of what I'm doing.
And I think that you, Cato, you've been working like an ambassador, no? Like for not only the brand of Kryteria, but also like the ambassador of the movement itself.
Thank you. That's
but
really nice of you to say.
No, but I think it really works, no? That you speak Spanish and you can communicate very easy with the Latin American audience. And I mean, probably you have discovered a lot of good things, no, in this process.
Yeah, well, like Kryder has given me also the opportunity to support talent and music through his radio show with the Latin takeovers that we do that are
I've
massive.
seen those,
So we receive more than 500 tracks every time we do the Latin American edition.
That's a lot of music weekly.
It's crazy, and really I almost listen to 90% of the tracks through the whole weekend. We choose the best of it. We try to choose in every country of Latin America and showcase it on the show. People go crazy on it, and I think this is not a one-man show, Chris has teach me that. I think this is about a movement, because if if this movement grows in every country with artists that grow with us as well,
Yeah, everyone else is gonna grow. Yeah.
everyone else is gonna grow. So more than focus, of course, I'm focusing on my career, but also I want to create this circuit of Latin American tours, music, compilations, everything to support and to hopefully grow a lot.
Yeah, that I mean, it's already been amazing, but it's started to be more amazing. No, I mean, every year and every month and every week. I'm curious about, for example, you've worked with artists like Steve Angelo. This week, I'm premiere also in the radio show the remix you made next to Benny Benassi, which is such a legend inside dance music itself.
Yes.
So and I mean the track itself is also like super catchy because it's the acid sound. I like it a lot. So. I'm curious about, for example, what do these type of DJs like Steve or Benny or Mogwai or whoever is in contact with you think right now about what you are doing with this movement? Are they curious? What do they ask to you for? Do they want more of that music?
Yeah, I mean, like it basically boils down to just having fun. Like we're all creative, we're all, like passionate about what we do, and the music basically comes from us producing for our own DJ sets.
Yeah.
Like we're playing different festivals all over the world, and we're playing different clubs all over the world, and it's about trying to make tracks that we love but also connect on the dance floor and give good emotions and good reactions and good vibes to the people that are trying to enjoy themselves at the events. So yeah, I love working with these legends. They are absolutely legends. I've looked up to them for years. I remember listening to Satisfaction.
Yeah.
From Benny Benassi.
Yeah,
it was groundbreaking at the time, and to be able to work with him now is an honor. So yeah, I loved collaborating with Steve Angelo and Eric Murillo and all these like legends in my eyes. They kind of really helped me. During my career, and also gave me a lot of passion and a lot of love and a lot of energy to work with as well.
But do they ask you for more music? Like, we want more groove?
Definitely. I mean, like we've got some other projects coming up with Benny Benassi. Steve Angelo's a friend as well as a producer as well, and I speak with Eric Murillo and
well, Eric right now is having like not a rebirth, but a momentum of more tracks being released. No, I've been seeing him super active lately, and I mean he's also like one of the old school guys that founded like.
I was on the dance floor, dancing to him at the front in the 90s. I was a massive fan of his Subliminal label as well. I used to collect the vinyl that he used to put out all the time. So I mean, yeah, these guys are people to look up to in this industry. They've been there, they've done it. They're still here. So they're extremely talented people.
What plans do you have, like, in terms of, I don't know if you have like a working plan, but probably you do have goals right now, not only like to play all around the world, because that's something that you are already doing, but I don't know if you have like a specific goal that you want to achieve in the next year or in the next 2 years for the movement itself.
Definitely. I mean, it's to continue pushing what we love and what we believe in, and bring through up-and-coming talent as well, new guys into the scene, and help them grow and help them achieve their goals. I think that's really important. And to sort of just keep learning, and bettering, what we do really.
You got to.
This has been a wonderful year for me. Definitely, it has been a year full of shows. Touring around the world, having amazing opportunities, playing at amazing clubs and amazing parties. But the focus next year, and that's what we've been working together, is music. And we are basically in this Latin America tour. Well, when we're not abroad, we're inside my studio in Colombia, working on every release that is gonna come next year, finding sounds. We wanna spread at least from 7 to 9 tracks, original tracks next year. So we are working a lot, and of course, continue traveling the world. I think music it needs to speak for the artist, and when music is spread all over, then everything comes together.
Yeah. ¿Tú, Alan, qué piensas que tengas de meta, o sea, como para el movimiento del groove en México el siguiente año o en los siguientes 2?
Ok, bueno, la idea de traerlos a ellos es crear un movimiento completamente electrónico. Hablaba con Cato en estos días y la idea es de que se haga un buen contacto con ellos para poder traer también a Tom Starr en algún momento, o traer artistas grandes de Spin, que es la agencia que los maneja, y es por eso que me he atrevido en realidad a traerlos, y también por el soporte que le puede dar a los artistas. Esa es la meta el siguiente año, hacer fiestas de este tipo cada 3 meses y que se pueda fomentar la música house group con artistas de calidad y sobre todo apoyando al talento mexicano que se dedica a eso, ya que no hay una escena como tal de esa música. Esa es la idea.
Sí, no, pues o sea, hay muy buenos planes. I'm saying that there are like a lot of good plans right now for to develop not only in Mexico but I think all around the world. And I mean, I'm seeing also like a lot of activity also in Colombia, because I mean Colombia right now is like the leader, no, in pop music right now. But
it's unbelievable. But man, not to take the focus out, Mexico for us is super important. I think there's not only talent here, but there's also, I think, the right circumstances for this movement to grow.
Yeah,
and
I mean, we are the top city in streaming around the world. That's why we are hosting Spotify Awards next year.
There you go. That's one thing. You're having the best festivals come here. And having
EDC,
great shows almost every week, back to back, incredible. And what we need now is to develop artists in our movement and to take that movement into big stages. And I'm sure that in 1 year or 2 we will for sure achieve that, and we will come every month if we could. This place is amazing.
We're gonna live here.
Yeah, that's why Cato was telling me. Do you have the number of where can we rent an apartment?
Yes.
We do love it. We absolutely love it. It's the vibe of the city is insane.
That's why we have cars here, no? Like you're starting to make small payments having a small property in Mexico.
They told us they were free, right?
Yeah. Okay. Gifts, brother.
So it's just a paperwork thing right now. No, I mean, I'm super excited of what's happening, because I'm a big fan of the groove movement.
Thank you, man.
I was telling you guys that, for example, Spinning is sending me a lot of music each week, and in that music comes a lot of Kryteria records, which is for me super healthy, because I want to support more of the work that is being made in Latin America as well. I do think that we right now, as this part of the continent, we are really prepared to make a very big breakthrough around the world. No, I mean, it's our moment, and you being part of it, it's for me, it's super excited that we are having guys like you coming to our countries and supporting the young talent, and well, not only the young ones, but the talent that is being very constant in the production of music. I think it's gonna be super healthy, that they can learn a lot from what you've been doing, like in these past years. No?
Oh, that's good. That's great to know. It's an absolute honor to be.
One thing I can say is that Trino has been so supportive. He's a real fan, and a part of a real fan, a real expert in dance music for a long time. So, brother, for me it's an honor to be here sitting with you. Really appreciate what you do for the scene. I know that it's a lot of work, but you always deliver, and you can count on me always, brother. You're amazing.
This is your city right now.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Feel free to. Well, I don't know if you want to say anything more to the audience that is listening and also watching the podcast. If you want to say something, thank you, your socials, your promo mail. I don't know what you want to share with them.
Your phone number.
Your phone number.
My nudes.
We can send nudes.
the send nudes email.
I'd just like to say that we are continually looking for new music with the Kryteria label. So if you're up and coming as a producer, please just send over your demos because we'd love to hear them. And
where can they send them, in Facebook or Instagram, or where do you receive them more easily?
You can send them to us on the website, which is basically Kryder.global. Go onto the website. There's a Dropbox link there. Just send them over to us, or hit us up on Instagram. We're always on Facebook, Twitter, any way you want. Just make sure you get your up and coming demos and tracks into our hands because we'd love to hear them and we'd love to sign them as well.
Yeah, you got to. What do you?
I just want to say to all the Mexican crowd and all your crowd, thank you for the continuous support. There's a lot of music coming from Cato Anaya early next year, so be sure to check that out. Find me on my socials. You can also, if you want to, send also music to my promo email, and let's discover those next big talents from Latin America. Let's create a family. Let's support this movement, and let's also build a Mexican market that is super important for us.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Yes.
Alan, ¿de dónde quieres que la gente los busque? ¿El Global Groovers se llama el movimiento?
Sí, tenemos una página de Facebook, se llama Global Groovers. Pues bueno, ahí van a checar lo que viene y lo que será para el apoyo a todo el talento mexicano que se quiera unir.
Buenísimo, pues ahí estaremos viendo. Guys, thank you very much for being here in the show.
Thanks for having me.
Such an honor,
Thank you.
A fun experience, and also looking forward to a showcase. And let's have some fun there on Sunday.
Yes,
I'm
definitely.
super ready for tequila and groove.
I'm always ready for tequila.
That's a good combination.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Yo soy Trino Treviño y les agradezco que hayan estado conmigo en el podcast y nos escuchamos muy pronto en un siguiente episodio. Esto es un episodio más de El Club Tesoro. Mi nombre es Trino Treviño y les agradezco una vez más a todos ustedes que nos escuchan en todas partes del mundo. Recuerden compartir el podcast si es que les gustó para que se puedan suscribir más de sus amigos y podamos comentar mucho más sobre estos temas. Yo estoy en las redes sociales como @trinodj, así me encuentran como trinodj en Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube y SoundCloud. Así como también pueden visitar mi sitio web que es www.trinodj.com, donde cada semana estoy subiendo artículos relacionados al mundo de la música, así como entrevistas y también los programas de radio donde cada semana estreno mucha música. Una vez más les agradezco, espero puedan comentar este podcast con todos sus amigos y me dará mucho gusto saber de ustedes en las redes sociales. Nos escuchamos el siguiente episodio, hasta pronto.